convert Brabant to Catholic, also going to happen. And I desperately need some Republican tradition, so as much as I would love to keep the 4-2-3, we're going to focus on what we need. And what do we need? It's going to be military very soon, but only after we get this, which is going to take a wee while, so let's focus on dip. I'm being pushed to build a fort here, and I might as well. I see the use of that. So who demands control now? The bourgeoisie actually want a fair chunk. Before I do that, I should consider changing my government to anything better. Am I far away from getting better types though? Not too far, but administrative beats oligarchic like nothing on earth. Also that autonomy change, yoink. So yes, where was I? Those bourgeoisie, they demand a fair chunk more, I can understand that. Could give them Holland, wouldn't be too bad. But I could give them this, it would be even better. And I still want more though. Always wanting more. More is more. They expect 20? I don't want to give them 20. That's a huge amount. Oh well. If they are that fussy. Jake, did your king magically age 20 years? I was a little late to catch that. Because I ended up electing a different leader. Okay, so claiming all of France. It's going to happen. I'll get everything I can off these suckers. And then pound right through them. So I don't know exactly why Tuscany and France fell out, but I'm glad they did. Tuscany would have really swayed that war, it would have chewed up all of the Papal States troops, and as such France could have picked me and Spain off. We still could have won, would not have been comfortable. So I'm only just keeping that alliance with Spain, right? Barely. And that's because I'm paying them for the privilege of having fleet basing rights. And some of that's going to go away. Declared war on enemy. Mind you, it's all looking fairly good here. It's nice to have some fortifications on the front lines. This fort strikes me as a little redundant. Well, completely redundant. So we'll just Vasca that. The money piles up, as it should. I'll worry about the Protestant zealots when they become a thing. But we'll keep those claims going. What's next? Cambrai. Are these going to be increased aggressive expansion for me? Taking imperial land from someone that is not imperial? That is not something I have an answer for. Seriously, this should be an achievement. Nevers, Nevers land. Form France as Nevers. But you'd never want to form France as Nevers, that's just stripping the soul out of what you've built. Okay, Spain, next time I'll call you into the war, and we'll see just how much land I give you. Oh, don't you do this. Don't you do this to me. Why pirate me? Why? I mean, I know why, and I know it's fixed, but really, Spain. You're getting on my teats. At least we both see France as a rival, but who else can I get? Sweden's pretty getting on my nervesy. Don't want to waste my... Oh, don't like... Okay, Poland very swiftly didn't like that. Probably because I rivaled their ally. I never needed them in the first place, but I also don't need Brandenburg. As long as I got my good buddy Spain, we'll be fine, right? Keep things pretty good with you. And with you. It's so sexy how Spain annexed Portugal. Jake, are you gonna core that province? Thought I could just stick around with it uncored. It seemed pretty cool. Oops. Level 3 is a bit expensive. Okay, clergy, I'm going to be quite clear. I need quite a bit of admin right now. I hope you don't mind giving it to me. Titles defended. Independent province is going to go away soon. I could seek support of them. Yeah, I lose Republican tradition when I do that though, so I'm not so keen on doing that. Alright, I'll let them gain 10 influence that way. And then I'll get 100... Really, 100? No, if I boost the... if I boost the development of a province that has one of the clergy in it. Like Morbihan. There you go, Morbihan. That'll put them up, right? Not quite. Not quite. That's a shame. Although I could give them some other crappy province, but it's not quite how we roll around here. Ah, there we go. So I can get that 150 admin power, which is what I was really after. And then I can make a generous donation to get that loyalty back. Well, what a shame. I was just a little short on it. The point is, I need that admin to get my next national idea. And once I do, I can start spending my military on something worth having. I think Ryazan might beat you to France. Ryazan does look great. They deserve every bit of praise that they get. But France deserves every bit of the beating that they're going to get. Luxembourg, Metz, Lotharingen. All deserves to be mine. Okay, Wurzburg would make a nicer ally. Because they're dangerously close to being someone nearby that would coalition me, and I would not want that. I also don't want to get involved in their politics and be dragged into their wars. But I might go with the alliance there. Because I do have to get concerned about any potential coalitions against me when I take everything that I'm going to take off of France. Which is going to be rather a lot. It's a shame I have to wait until 10 more years have passed to do anything about it, but I will. Jake, why doesn't Lotharingen get changed to Lorraine when a French nation holds it? I don't have an answer for that. There just isn't a localization in it for it. For their dynamic province name. Capped on that mill. I don't want to tech up here because I want to grab plutocratic ideas, my old flame. So we'll boost the old military. In a province that doesn't have a training field, well, I nevers. Hasbachman is teched up. Maybe they're still at Tech 6. No, Tech 7. Gotta hand it to them. They're doing well. And I love mercantilism, but I don't 5 tradition. Love it. There goes that level 3 uber expensive guy. I think we'll go for trade efficiency. I want the money. I always want the money. It's like a disease. Sweden continue to grow and grow, which is troubling because if it were me beating down on France, I would have forced them to annul those treaties. As it is, Sweden would be more than happy to come trundling on in. Just barely holding on to that alliance, and not for much longer. You need to stop privateering me there, Spain. Or really keep improving my relations. Do I have aggressive expansion on them? No, of course I don't. They're a lucky nation. Where else was I? Lotharingian. My diplomatic advisors never want to stick around, do they? But I need that dip. Then again, it's mill that I'll be needing very shortly. Ah, by very shortly I mean right now. Well, plutocratic, my old flame, welcome back. Welcome military advisors. And welcome military... No, it wasn't military points, if only. Now this is pretty unimportant. 19 is huge though. Still, I want those morale of army ideas. And when I finish this off, oh boy, have I got a policy of all policies for me, if I can find it. Activate eyes, Jake. Okay, you can't see it. Oh, I was looking at the wrong ones, and I already can take it. Yearly Republican tradition plus 0.4. I should have taken that long ago. It's one of this. It is the strongest policy. Handshot Solo says, just joined. Can someone explain what happened? The HRE in Italy, random miners doing well. How'd he form Nevers? I started as Nevers. Now the reason that is such a powerful idea, or policy rather, is because it's very difficult to get. You have to get aristocratic, which you have to be a monarchy for, or certain types of republics. Okay, still a wee while before we can dig into France once more, but oh, I'm going to be digging. And I like to think that Tuscany is going to want to get involved this time, because Tuscany, you're going to want to fight them, right? Attitude towards enemies and would destabilize. So hopefully one of you breaks the marriage that you have going on there. Speaking of breaking things, time for you to die. Don't think I have or need a general here. Oh, but we have the freest generals now. Excellent. No stab hit even if they die in combat. Never play Low Countries. Sorry, this isn't a Low Country. It's a French miner. Oh, some people. Let's get all this worthless technology. What about that 20 infantry combat ability? I wasn't sure there was one that was 20. I'll take your word for it. Yeah, it's pretty good, but I'd still take the Republican tradition. because it's worth so many monarch points. Isn't there another potential increase in Republican tradition that I can get? Possibly from plutocracy? Yeah, I'd have to get economic as well. Damn, that's another really nice one, isn't it? Well, I'd be tempted by economic for that. Okay, Spain, really, I almost hate your guts to death here. Could you please stop pirating me and start improving relations? British Mexico is allied with... Stop dragging me to war with France! Attacker against Great Britain in the Spanish-British-Mexican Colonial War. What? Why would I back this? I should just beat France on my own these days. I don't want to lose more trust from not helping allies in wars, but this is getting daft, Spain. You haven't done anything good for me. You just keep hurting me. And this is a colonial war, so it's going to go on forever. Also, this is the most pathetic colonization I've seen in ever. Damn, that's bad. Okay, no, this is just a case of I'm going to get destroyed. For nothing. Yeah, there you go. Get out of my face. I'm going to be the one to take on France. Of course, this is where I find that the Papal States won't help me, and France is allied to Great Britain. I should just give up trying to figure this out at some point. Could you show us how Portugal is doing in Africa? They got eaten by Boniment. There isn't much Portugal left. Pope plus Tuscany is enough to kill France, yes, but if they attack France, can't guarantee that they would. I think that's all that Portugal have left. Those two provinces. That's so tragic. I think this is the Pope at war again. No, yeah, it is the Pope. The thing is, if Tuscany is still married and friendly with France, yeah, they are as well, then that's going to cause issues. Big issues. Because they're minus 60 and minus 50. My trust is good, but not good enough. And I'd have to hit that, I think that's only plus 20 when I ask them to prepare for war. Peasants, eh? Peasants I can deal with. So why is Tuscany getting involved in all this? Attacker in the Great Britain. Okay, the Papal State and Tuscany got involved. Well, if anything, I should have gotten involved in this, but if they all work together to destroy France, that's only good for me. In 5 years when my truce is up. Not bitter about that, but I'm pretty bitter about that. Thought that me and Spain could have something beautiful going on, but they just decided to abuse me, and that hurt. Tempted for those ideas, but I need to get my tech up and on the go, or else I'll be feeling it. Tech 19 is so important. Gallop cavalry, leather cannon. Phew. just truce break, Jake. It wouldn't be that bad because I have my my ideas that reduce the effect of that. But getting my stability back up would be a royal pain. Let's increase our stability in the spirit of that. And you know what, let's invest a bit in trying to be the next ruler. 13% chance is fairly good odds. And wow, they are kicking ass in France. I mean, this is the entire combined might of Italy, God, and the Spanish. So it stands to reason that France is in a bit of a pickle. But hopefully they force France to annul treaties with Great Britain, because woocha. No. That better relations over time instead. Yeah, they're kicking ass here, which is quite nice. Jake, do you have mill focus? No, but I probably should. Wouldn't hurt. It's really enjoyable to see these guys get murdered. Five fire, he's got it where it counts. Of course, this means if I go in alone. And Sweden is a concern about that. Jake, why not take one of those mercantilism events? You have 1.4 RT per year. Not worth it for, what was it, 5 Republican tradition? That's a lot. That is way too much. So that isn't happening. What is Muscovy doing down here? Muscovy's at war with Spain? Muscovy got involved in all this as well? This is getting daft. What is the source of all this? Defender against Spain. So Spain fought British Mexico. British Mexico. Oh, I don't even want to think about it. Hurts my head when I think of those colonies infighting. Actually, this is really sad because now I see all these nations doing well in this war. Maybe I should be attacking Spain of all people here, who still love me, but as long as they continue to pirate me, there can never be friendship between us. Bremen as well. Bremen caused me some issue. I want a lot of this. Worst thing would be that if France wins, takes back their cores, and then I'm stuck with another enormously strong France and nobody that wants to help me against them. Also, that's a frighteningly large army that they are able to assemble together, putting the British ingenuity, the French elan, and the Muscovite manpower together into some horrible ball of death. Can Lithuania form Livonia? No, Livonia is just a spit-off group. Unfortunately, Spain is losing this rather badly. And I need Spain to not be losing this rather badly. Still, I'm glad I didn't get involved in all this. What a horror that would be. Yeah, these guys are pretty friendly together. At least I wouldn't have to deal with Muscovy if I go in for this. The French manpower is a question that's coming up. Have a quick look at that. It's down the drain. As are their general numbers. Truce with Spain is over. Sweden is an issue though, because we have seen Sweden likes to come down here and get involved. Who are Sweden's allies? You could always no CB them. Estonia, Poland and France. Not too keen on getting involved in Poland's face right now. They're rather big and strong and scary. It's good that war is such a terrible thing, lest we get attached to it. I need to consume France. Oh, Normandy still have cores here. I did say I wanted to balkanize France, so I might just go with that. Releasing some Normandy out of them. Oh, Guyenne got released instead of the land being swooped up. Hell, I could just no CB, vassalize them. Nobody would be the wiser. Their cores are gone. But I mean, I'd never get them vassalized, would I? And they have military access, or they would get military access to France, most likely. Hold on. Threatened, hostile. I should probably just no CB them. It's the right thing to do. Jake cores might be gone, but you can feed them land. Yes, yes I can. I don't care, let's do this. Now they'll probably get access through France. But they also might not. They don't start with much of an army, but I really thought they would have gotten access, but oh well. Let's have our very own go and take care of them. So who's going to care about this? Nobody that matters. And this is kind of good because that's almost all the French region right here. Pretty much delivered to me. And that I like. That I like a lot. There we go. Get inside me. That's amazing because that weakens France without them getting all that land back from Spain. They got, what, 1 province back from Spain? I'll take it, because I just got 3. Jake, as a bonus, you can feed them some of that filthy Iberian lands. Yeah, well, my goal is to balkanize France, let's face it. Come here, my oh, even better! We barely get any aggressive expansion from vassalizing these guys now. Who do I have to side with here? Excuse me. Finster, because I know which one that is. Oh, Breton. Clergy or nobility? They're both so-so. Either one of them are going to get angry with me. But I'll give the nobility the... yeah, I'll give the nobility the rights here. Time for more no CB wars, Jake. Whenever the opportunity arises, I'll take it. It's a shame they buried the hatchet with Great Britain, though. Wow, almost nothing there. But yes, welcome to the wonderful world of being my vass. I don't want to just yet. Solves that. I'll probably just straight up make them a march, because I don't want to integrate them. Like I said, I want to balkanize this France. I don't have to own it all myself. Not that greedy.